taking your picture because we are trying to find things that are beautiful in Lehigh High School, and we think you're beautiful.
So we're doing a project where we go around the school and take pictures of people that we find beautiful. So we're taking a picture.
I'm here today and all I hear is how I'm chasing crazy dreams. They'll sing, 'cause I've got perfect songs and melodies just waiting to come out of me, and you'll sing along like, oh, whoa. Fancy words, clever lines and tales that take you back in time, and you'll sing along like, oh, whoa. And they'll know, everyone will know, they should have believed in me.
Should have believed, baby.
Rolling in 3, 2, 1.
You're opening, babe.
You said you were.
No, I did not. You said I got it this week.
Okay, ready?
Welcome to the spiel.
No, 3, 2, 1, me
No,
again.
we're in it.
No.
We're already in it.
3, 2, 1, me.
See, we try
Who's
from
3,
week
2,
to
1
week
in me?
to be professional, to welcome you in the way that you should be welcomed into a show. But that's how we do it here at the spiel. Great.
Welcome to the spiel with Julie and Angie. I've always
You've
wanted to do
seen the
that.
sign. You know.
I know.
You know.
But you know what? I've got something so cool to start the show with
Awesome.
today. This is like the new phenomenon.
Phenomenon. That's what we do here at the spiel. We introduce you to phenomenon.
And you know what? This whole show will be that. Think about the show today.
It's a great show.
Okay, ready? You know, I have another job.
We don't listen.
No, I have to say it because it goes with what I'm going to say.
She volunteers. She really goes above and beyond for people.
At an independent living facility.
Yes,
okay?
or assisted, independent.
The whole, yeah.
whole
it's
thing.
a continuum of care unit.
Yes, she just makes a lot of friends about her age. I'm totally teasing.
No, but anyway, we have a minor league baseball.
Yes.
The Miners
Now, we have
in
talked
Southern
about this.
Illinois,
Yes.
right? Well, they have like little features during the ball game. Like a couple years ago, they had the eyeballs, you know, and it was sponsored by the eye center, the eye doctor,
Yes,
whoever.
yes.
Okay.
But do you want to tell people the other great part about that? For all the women living at the independent living facility, the boys move in.
I have two.
Oh,
2.
baseball players on site. Do you hear me? Yeah. All of a sudden, look at the women.
Host
like,
family.
what is
Host
that? They
family
want to call Julie.
for 2
Yeah,
players.
That's
yeah.
fantastic.
So I'm like their mother. I am.
Those ladies at the independent living facility love you for that.
Okay, they do. They do love that.
They do love it.
So anyway, Liberty Village is a sponsor
Okay.
of one of the events at the new Minor Stadium this
Oh,
year.
boy.
Okay.
Yes.
Every game, well, it's going to be like once, twice a month, but it's so much in demand. Now we have the Liberty Village people. I have spent the last month teaching them the YMCA.
The YMCA. Oh, that's going to be a hit.
Complete with outfits. We've got the Indian,
Hard
the
hat,
construction,
the construction
yes.
guy. Oh my gosh.
And guess what? They're going to be on the show next time.
Yes,
I'm having
yes.
them on the show.
Look at that.
Because you know what? This has brought such new life to them.
Enthusiasm, life.
When they walked off the field the first time that they did the YMCA,
They were pumped.
people screaming at them, Indian woman, Biker Betty. I mean, they love it. It's the greatest thing.
And they always want to rehearse, like they're ready to do like a new routine.
Every time I walk down the hall, they're going, Julie, come on, what is it? Why? What is it?
You know what you have to do?
What?
Like the old album cover, you know, you've got to get that. That'll be a great Christmas
Well,
present.
I've got pictures we're going to show this segment of the show, okay?
Okay.
And then, but the next time, the Liberty Village girls,
That
the people
is
will be
hot. You know what? And the guys are such sports living back at your place, like the little ladies who knock around the clock. They're
On
fine
their
with it.
door?
Yeah.
No, it's so funny because at lunchtime in the dining room, player will walk by and they're like, "Are you eating with me today? My table." It's sweet.
And they're good sports, I hope.
They're very good sports. They're
Awesome.
really good people.
Awesome. That was very funny. I like that.
Yep.
The YMCA.
Oh, wait till you see it.
Yeah,
It's
I can't
awesome.
wait. I can't wait. All right, it's a great show. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
Coming up on The Spiel.
We're doing a project, and we wanted to take your picture today because we think you're beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I remember the chief of the village spoke to us and he said, "No one has loved us like you have loved us.
Oh.
Plant more churches, come back."
I get the question all the time, why call Parker for our heating and air conditioning systems? The number one reason to call Parker is our team. They have the best attitudes. They love their jobs. They love this industry. And that's why our team shows up every day, to serve our clients, to be the leading team in this industry. Installing water furnace geothermal or servicing any make and model that you have. It's our team's desire to serve you.
But hurry, 30% tax credit on geothermal installation ends December 2016. Parker Heating and Cooling, your water furnace geothermal expert.
At John A. Logan College, we make your future our priority number one. Your education should be all about you. We know that you're balancing work, school, and family, and we know that an education can change everything for you. There's a reason why so many students are choosing John A. Logan College.
Because it's where I won my confidence.
Discover John A. Logan College, where it's all about you.
We love making new friends. Visit us online at facebook.com/SpielOn.
We love these type segments on The Spiel when we discover raw talent because we've already said we're going to get to the top any way we can.
That's right.
Yeah.
Even if we have to get on this tailcoats of
the tailcoats,
the tailcoats, the coats of
whatever. I mean, we're
of somebody.
Gonna get on their coats
Even if
somehow
I
or
have
the
to
other.
hang on their sweaters, I
And
know.
ride it all the way to the top. We got Quentin, Jess, and Taylor. Thank you so much for coming out today and on short notice. You know, everybody knows these terms now. It's viral. You know, when you record something, you're like, oh man, I hope it goes viral. But what I'm hearing, Jess, is that this was actually a school project. Was going to be very low key, was actually going to be part of the announcements or whatever within the school. And for poops and giggles, you said, well, I'll just put it up online and see what happens. And you put it on your personal page, and it's on
About
to the
what
news.
time was that?
2.
Okay, 2 o'clock is a good time to post. That's what we're hearing. Okay, good.
It was in our 7th hour class, and I just posted it just because I had it, and I just thought, why not? And I got a lot of great feedback, and it blew up.
Awesome.
Within
Blew
how
up.
long would you think? A couple hours? It was like, whoa.
Within like 30 minutes.
30 minutes. So if you haven't made it in 30 minutes, take it down, put up another video. 'Cause it's not gonna work. Yes, sir.
Because this right here is success.
Yeah, it's great. And you know, we'll get to it in a moment, but we felt like the best way to share with you what actually happened on this video is to recreate it here in studio. So Quentin, you've volunteered to help us do that. Actually, you didn't. You were appointed, weren't you? Yeah, you were appointed. Okay, we're going to have you come out front. We got cameras rolling everywhere. And Ashley Schoolcraft, who normally mans or womans one of the cameras, is going to come out and we're going to see her reaction.
Okay, back up a little bit. This is all right. So we're doing a project, and we wanted to take your picture today because we think you're beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Aw, see? Do you understand what that does to people? And
know
you
what?
did it time
I got-
and time and time again.
I got teary-eyed and they didn't even say it to me. I'd be like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And you know, this video, you guys and gals, you found wherever you were in the hallway, in a classroom, and you started recording, and you just said that simple phrase there is, we're doing this project and we want to tell you that you're pretty, or
You're beautiful.
you're handsome, or and you know what? Everybody had the same. I don't care how gorgeous the little girls were or how cute the guys were.
And you know what? If you remember right, there was a couple in the video that there was tears.
Yeah.
There was tears in their eyes.
Yeah. You may have been the very first person to ever tell them that. That's huge.
How did you feel when it was done and you got it edited? How did that make you feel?
For me, like the whole entire editing process is seeing it all come together. I didn't know how well it would be, like how well it would come together until I was finished with it.
Yeah.
Because before it was just a bunch of clips laying around and I had no idea, but it turned out really well. I was really proud of how awesome I thought it looked.
Yeah. You know, and it's tough sometimes if a video isn't interesting, you know you're not going to watch from start to finish, right? You had me from the moment you started rolling all the way to the end, and I tell you that the common thread seemed to be there was a real connection between this, which was either a smile or you could tell they were about to cry, to here, their heart. Immediately you touched them right here, you know, and that was fantastic.
Amazing. It was amazing. And guys and girls and seniors all the way to freshmen and the school teachers, those are the ones that really got me.
Yeah.
Is there tears in your eyes?
Oh, I can't.
Me
I can't
too,
handle it.
because it's such a powerful thing that, like she said, a lot of people don't get told they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And to see their reaction for the first time. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and it's such a simple thing that we all overlook, you know, and now you're about to sign these contracts for these millions of dollars because you're great filmmakers. How does that feel? Look how they, all of a sudden, their smile and their heart really start.
And they're all seniors. Congratulations from
Yes.
graduating. And
Yes.
they're all, you know, I talked to them a while ago about what their aspirations are going to be or what they want to do. Did you get to hear any?
No, tell me.
Just let's see if you can guess. Quentin, right here. What do you think he's going to do?
Hollywood filmmaker.
That's what
And go for the gold, baby. Deliver the emotion.
That's what I thought. Now tell her.
I'm going to the University of Illinois for aerospace engineering.
Of course you are. Yes. And you'll do documentaries on the side. Maybe. Oh, wow.
And Jess.
I'm going to Johnny Logan for cosmetology.
Very
And
nice.
you know what? I knew that because I like the way your makeup's going today.
I like her eyebrow. I mean, look at that. What do
You know what?
call
That's
them
what they
now?
do now.
Oh, that's
huge.
What do you call it? Is it contour? No. What is?
It's ombre eyebrows.
Oh, excuse me.
That's right.
Fantastic.
And you did a great job. You don't need to go to school.
No, yes.
And Taylor.
I'm going to Johnny to become a paramedic.
A paramedic, look at that. Our youth of today.
So proud of you guys.
That is awesome. Already just steeped in wonderful fundamentals. Your parents should be proud. The schools should be proud. I think you made your teacher proud. Did you make an A on the project? Perfect. Okay. Well, that's great. And if nothing else comes of this segment, we encourage you to do the same thing. You know, it starts with telling someone they're beautiful. It starts with telling them they're important, they're smart, they're going to do well, because you make them believe it, don't you?
I want to
Because it's
say
all
this
school.
too. I have a relative in St. Louis, right outside St. Louis, and she called me and she goes, "Oh my gosh, there's a video I saw from a class in here, and did you get to see it?" Yeah, everyone in
great.
Southern Illinois got to see it.
That's great.
It was wonderful. Did you go up and talk to people that you never spoke before?
Yes.
How? Okay, that was big and brave on y'all's part. And I really thought one of you would be going into, you know, filmmaking and pursuing that career.
It doesn't pay as well as the aeronautical
No.
engineer or whatever is that, what is it again?
Aerospace engineering.
Excuse me, aerospace
Yes.
engineering, okay.
It
So maybe
doesn't
we'll
pay
cover
as
you.
good as you being up there on Mars for like 2 months. It doesn't. No.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you so much. Keep up the great work, and kudos. Job well done. And I
done.
think you're all smart and beautiful.
Beautiful. I do.
And thank you for being our guests. And we'll be right back.
Coming up on The Spiel.
And right before I open my eyes, I hear what sounds to be like hundreds of little children, and they're talking, and it's so loud.
I'm thankful to be here. My name is Joan. I live here at Parkway Estates. My neighbor across the hall, she's 100 years old. She's been here 15 years or more.
I've been here since 2012. I just have a good time here. Very quiet, very peaceful, very affordable.
Everybody seems to be happy. They must do something right here.
So what are you waiting for? Come by and visit us at the Estates at Liberty Village in Marion and Carbondale.
We're trying to make banking as easy and painless as we can.
We have a track record of doing business well beyond county borders.
And there have been great opportunities, you know, in Jackson County, Williamson County. People with the foresight to take some risk and do some things. We try to have a direct relationship with all our customers.
How's it going?
You know, make them feel at home. We're a hometown bank. That's what we're about.
Celebrating 100 years. Find us at DuQuoinStateBank.com.
watching The Spiel. The Spiel presents You're On, 100% original new music.
We're the Jenny Johnson Band, and we're from Southern Illinois, and here's Bluebird. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This song is called Are You Lost? Off of our new CD, These Are My Neighbors.
income that they would make, they'd buy a chicken. Then they could sell the eggs, and then they could buy a goat. And it would actually help them get out of poverty. And as they began to realize this, there was a desperation for these lights.
I wanted to downsize, and I didn't want the responsibility of a home and all the utilities. I didn't want to be by myself. And I'm so glad that I found Parkway Estates as a place to live. And the food is wonderful. It's just been great. We can go and come as we want to. They give us a key. You don't have to pay for cable or internet. I just think it's the most wonderful place. I love it.
So what are you waiting for? Come by and visit us at the Estates at Liberty Village in Marion and Carbondale.
Maintaining your family wealth and preserving your assets can be one of the most rewarding benefits of your lifetime. The Bank of Herrin has the experience and position to help you with estate planning or establishing a trust. The Bank of Herrin can even act as an unbiased trustee of your estate.
We offer guardianships. We will serve as the executor of your estate.
And it can give you the peace of mind that your loved ones will be taken care of the way you see fit. The Bank of Herrin. It's not just a trust, it's a relationship.
Hey, welcome back to the Spiel. It's the You're On segment with the Jenny Johnson Band.
Her favorite.
She is my favorite. I've known her for a long time, but I had no idea you sang. Get over here.
Oh.
I don't bite.
Well, that's not what I heard.
When did you, yeah, okay, I do. When did you, have you always done this since I've known you? Is it something that's always been inside you? What?
I sang when I was a kid, but I really started writing music a few years ago, and then I fell into this group, and we just meshed really well.
Fell and mesh. I love it.
I have to know, because you have some just remarkable, look at this. Boots, I could never be that cool to pull that off. You got this guy in the back.
Squeeze box.
I just always wanted to, it's hot air, isn't it? Oh. That's me, Julie. Look at that. Then you got this, look at this dapper guy back here.
Get a full look of him.
And then, see, do you just...
Let's turn around.
Do you have a call for these type instruments, or you're just like, hey, by the way, I got one of these in the closet, I'm going to go play this?
It looks
How
like
does
you
that
and
work?
I.
It does look like us.
We won this place in a fight.
You won it. Cool.
Yeah.
Pretty close to the
That's great.
A chicken fight.
How did that work? You said you fell into the band, but the band as a whole.
They were separately. They all have different bands,
Okay.
and some together. So we just saw each other around the music scene in Southern Illinois, which has a really rich music scene.
Yes.
And then just hooked up.
She knew what instrument she was.
I just got to say that it's hard to find the upright bass and the fiddle guy and the squeeze box
Yeah.
that isn't really gigging, all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
can get them together. This is
You're a
like
squeeze
my
box.
dream. This is
Yeah.
my dream. That's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, they're great. They're great people, great to work
So
with.
whenever Jenny Johnson gets tired, the Julie Ingram Band, everybody. No, I'm totally kidding. You can borrow them, maybe. They cost a lot of money.
We do. Our price just went up.
Okay. Hey, the other thing I noticed, I'm not someone who can play anything. I can talk. That's about it. But my goodness, girl, the mileage you got on this thing right here, is that your finger or what?
It's both. I play with a pick just recently in the last year or so, but I use my finger mostly.
You know what? It's in the makings of Trigger, Billy Nelson's guitar.
Yeah. I want it to get real dirty, and
Yeah.
we'll see.
What genre? How would you best describe? Because there's such an artful mix here.
We call it Americana because it's generally a amalgamation of American roots
Bluegrass.
music.
I don't mean to throw it back to you.
Bluegrass, jazz, folk, country. Yeah.
And you mentioned your CD coming out.
Yes.
Your album. Is this the first?
It's our first together. I have a solo CD. She has a solo CD, and they
She
all
being?
Janice Esch.
Hi, Janice. Listen to that name, Janice Esch.
Did you write everything on the album?
Yes, and then Janice and I wrote one together called Nashville Man, which we didn't play today. But I wrote everything. We all kind of arranged together, and they're pretty good at just knowing what spot to pick and where to play.
Can we find you on the winery scene? Where can folks find you?
We are online at therealjennyjohnson.com.
The real Jenny Johnson. Would the real Jenny Johnson please stand up?
There are so
Nice.
many Jenny Johnsons out there that we had to indicate that we're the real JennyJohnson.com.
So that's the best place to find the show schedule. where
Yeah,
they can
yeah,
watch
for
it, et cetera.
CDs, all of our T-shirts and all that.
T-shirts?
Yeah, we got T-shirts.
Yes. We got to get
Yeah.
T-shirts.
Well, I want one with this thing on it. Just a blow box. Is that what you call it? Squeeze box. Blow box. There's a lot of air.
on this stage.
Well,
The blow box.
I will never forget that, Angie. The blow box?
I have a lot to learn.
I know
have a
what
lot
your
to
band
learn.
would be called then, I
The
guess.
blow box. It's
Angie and the blow boxes.
We're going to go on the road. Nothing like it. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Hey, wonderful sound. Thoroughly
Yeah. Thank
enjoyed
you.
you guys.
Thank
Very,
you.
very
Thanks for having
talented.
us.
Thank you so much. And we'll be right back.
I chose
Three Rivers College.
to get the skills I need
For success in
early childhood education,
civil and construction, firefighting,
Medical billing and coding.
welding,
accounting,
paramedic,
drafting,
environmental safety,
nursing,
Occupational therapy assistant.
medical laboratory technology,
network administration,
forestry, physical therapist assistant,
criminal justice, ag technology,
business management,
Industrial technology.
IST legal,
diesel mechanics.
Three Rivers College. Success starts here.
These days, video is everywhere. TVs, computers, even your phone. With so many ways to use video to reach your potential audience, it's become an important part of doing business. If you like the commercials you've seen during the spiel, and if your business could benefit from a creative approach to telling your story, with attention-grabbing visuals and thoughtfully executed scripts, perhaps it's time you give Growing Media a call. We'd love to hear from you.
Salute. Hi, it's Chef Rob back in the kitchen with a quick and easy recipe for Primavera, featuring Prairie Farms buttermilk, Prairie Farms sour cream. Very simple recipe, has a lot of ingredients though that I pre-measured out. It's an old saying, it's better to be looking at what you need as opposed to looking for it. So I've assembled in the big mixing bowl here first about a half cup of mayonnaise, half cup of Prairie Farms buttermilk, and a couple or 3 tablespoons of sour cream as our base. Whisk these together to kind of start breaking them up and meld the consistencies. And then it's off to the races with our seasonings. We've got parsley, black pepper, salt, and garlic powder. I kind of add these in at stages. Our next rounder, chives, onion powder, thyme, pinch of cayenne, just for a little bit of kick. We're gonna make something very similar here to a buttermilk ranch dressing. Those incorporated. Then finally, a little bit of dried parsley and more onion powder. Okay. At this point, make sure everything's come together and it's to our liking. Well, yeah, that's right on. So what we can do here is we could leave this, we could put this into a jar or a glass bowl, put it in the fridge, put it on a nice salad. It'll keep for 7-10 days. What we're gonna do, we're gonna kick it up just a little bit more. I've got 3 cups of rotini here that I pre-cooked. I followed the package directions. I went all 11 minutes. You don't want to go al dente on this. You want to cook it all the way through because there's no final cooking step in this. Now what we can do, we can throw any kind of fresh vegetables that we'd like to put in. I've selected today grape tomatoes. I get these small little ones. Some of the bigger grape or cherry tomatoes you need to slice, and when you do that, they get a little bit watery and they kind of tinge the color. Then I've got some broccoli florets here that I've cut up. You could use cauliflower. You could use little bits of kale. Just something to give you some nice green color. Oh heck, use it all. And then again, just fold it in. You want to use a softer material like this rubber spoonula, just so you don't hurt the pasta. I've got a little bit of sliced olives. I love sliced olives. You could use Kalamata. These are just black olives that I pitted and sliced. And finally, for some yellow, I've got some yellow pepper here, about a half cup. There you have a little pasta primavera. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just toss this into the refrigerator for about an hour and let it chill down. Find yourself a nice colorful bowl. And just spoon it into your serving bowl. And then at the end, I just throw just a little bit of whole parsley leaves on top, just for a little color, a little freshness. And there you have it. Pasta primavera with a ranch dressing made from Prairie Farms sour cream and buttermilk. For these recipes and more, check out our website at prairiefarms.com.
Coming up on The Spiel.
Really, the founders of that ministry learned the hard way, but God actually taught them over the years how to love, what love looks like, you know, and it's a culture of honor.
Explore an ever-expanding variety of wholesome, locally grown foods when you shop Illinois, where fresh is. For more information, visit IllinoisWhereFreshIs.com. Prairie Farms presents Did You Know with Chef Rob.
Did you know that Prairie Farms Dairy is owned by over 600 farm families? Locally produced, 100% real dairy, Prairie Farms. Check out our website at prairiefarms.com.
Growth and development is the science of pediatrics. That's what pediatrics is, growth and development. And so you have that there centered in the medical home. You know that particular family, you know those children, you know what they've been doing, and you follow them for years. So it's not just this patient comes in, but you've got a person that you're dealing with, and you're dealing with the family and the issues, and you do what you do because it's fun getting people well.
Find us on crhpc.org.
Is an experience waiting in the Shawnee Hills of Southern Illinois, where winding roads lead to award-winning wines and endless adventures. Come experience 12 different wineries nestled against the breathtaking landscape of the Shawnee National Forest and explore the lakes, rivers, state parks, inns, and bed and breakfasts along the way. Experience the Shawnee Hills Wine Trail. For more information, visit ShawneeWineTrail.com.
Switching your account from one bank to another can be a hassle. Farmers State Bank wants to make life easy for our customers. With our MyFSB Switch Kit, we can help make the transition to a new account quick and easy. Come into one of our convenient locations and our staff is here to assist you. And with our new website and mobile-friendly banking, we are continuing the Farmers State Bank tradition of service.
No one will work harder or care more for you.
Visit myfsb.com.
To find out more about The Spiel or even watch past episodes, visit spielon.com.
And welcome to The Spiel. These are the segments that I really, really like because they're informative.
Absolutely.
And I love to learn, as you do, and our listeners do, and our viewers
They're listening
do.
and
They're listening
watching,
and watching.
I mean, these days they're doing so many other things, but sit down, just watch the show. Okay.
And people doing other things is Jared Gravatt from Marion with a lot of mission work.
Yes.
How are you?
Great.
Good. Glad to have you
He's
on the
just
show.
staring at us in disbelief.
Doesn't he have pretty teeth?
He
too?
really does. Yeah. And socks. Check out his socks and his shoes. I mean, look, this guy, he knows style. In part because he's, been all over the world and learned a lot.
You know what it reminds me of real quick? What? Cat in the Hat has some of those.
No, way cooler than Cat in the Hat. She apologized.
I didn't say it's not cooler. I just said
Yeah.
I've seen those on the Cat in the Hat. But anyway.
Thank you so much for taking this abuse today and this,
My pleasure.
It's interesting in studying segments when we know we have guests on and you want to look ahead and what this young man has already accomplished so early on in his life is admirable, and we can all learn something from him. So again, sit down and pay attention. The Bible instructs us, it's in Matthew, I guess, and several places in the Bible, in fact, to be salt and light of and for the world. And my friends, you are shining brightly.
Thank you.
Just start from early on, because you've known and you've been able to maintain the course from a very young age. Talk about what you're doing.
Yeah, I always just felt like a call in my life, even since I was really young. When I was 18, I ended up joining a ministry in Texas, and worked with a ministry called Global Expeditions, where we would send like junior high school age students to overseas mission trips where they would kind of get their first encounter really just kind of with God and doing the stuff, you know. So that was really excited. So they sent me to Peru for a little over a month, in South Africa and Mexico, and worked with them, as well as in the internship, just kind of getting more like character development type stuff and just learning a lifestyle of encountering God, which
Well, it's
totally
a wake-up
shaped my
call,
life.
isn't it? Because you go into these foreign lands and you realize very quickly how spoiled we are.
Yes.
What age were you talking with and ministering to over there?
In the other countries, all different ages.
Starting from what? How little?
Oh man, well we did like vacation Bible schools in South Africa. So I mean, they were just like little, maybe just a few years old.
And you know what? That's the key
That's
right
when you
there.
get 'em.
As
That's
it
right.
probably you, the
Yeah.
seeds were planted really early with you too, right?
Yeah, it was. But as well as like their parents would watch, and then they would have a lot of
Yes.
questions, and so just to be used in that way is awesome.
Who influenced you? I am curious, as an 18-year-old making those types of decisions, who did you attempt to emulate, or who were really points in your life?
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, I went to Community of Faith Church, just kind of around over here. And honestly, when I was young, I had a really powerful encounter with God, and it totally shaped the way that I viewed life. So it created this hunger in me where I wanted more. And so I ended up going to an event called Acquire the Fire, and that's was the organization that I went with, what I worked with. And I just had another really strong encounter with God at this youth event. And I just heard God say, I want you to go.
It is. It's a good old-fashioned revival,
So, yeah, so I ended up just going. And then, I mean, as I've grown, people like Randy Clark and Heidi Baker and Bill Johnson, they've been huge inspirations for me and that kind of thing. And just keep getting connected with just more and more just amazing men and women of God that are changing the world, you know, through
one person at a time.
Yeah, one person at a time. So it's incredible.
And that's key because, you know, I think you have to continually feed yourself. You have to surround yourself by people who have the same desires to stay so on fire, if you will. Some of these nations and you know, overseas can be very volatile. How do you guys know going into a region? I mean, we've heard the stories. There have been some unreached people groups that didn't react the way that some missionaries had hoped that they would, you know, but are you ever going that far in, or is there some safety?
Yeah, in fact, with this last trip to Mozambique, they had said, you know, years previous we went to this village and we got stoned and got kicked out. But it was
They weren't eaten
it was
in
awesome.
that village.
Yeah, it was awesome to share though that experience because yeah, especially with Heidi Baker and her ministry in Pemba, Mozambique, they talk about a culture of honor. Now, when she first started, she was called by God, but she kind of still had her own agenda.
Yeah.
People can see that, and they didn't encounter God through her agenda, and that actually there was persecution there.
Wow.
But when we went, we were still going into a very hostile village. You could feel favor because there was a culture of honor there. And I remember the chief of the village spoke to us and he said, no one has loved us like you have loved us.
Oh.
Plant more churches, come back. Our village is completely changed. And so because we maintain a culture of love, like love was the agenda, and honor was how we presented the kingdom, it opened up doors for us to really love with the love of Christ. And people were getting healed, radically healed, deaf ears opening, blind eyes seeing.
What?
And it totally changed the
This is
village.
biblical stuff.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
like the book of Acts coming to life, you know?
Hey.
And so, and it changed the hearts of the chiefs of the village, and they said, we're going to give you land, plant more churches, come back. And so it was just amazing to be on that side of the favor rather than being in a place where like we're really getting like persecution where we could die.
And you went through that
be killed.
too?
I'd never experienced that, yeah, because I think because the really the founders of that ministry learned the hard way, but God actually taught them over the years how to love, what love looks like, you know, and it's a culture of honor.
One reason that we called on you to come be part of the show is very good headline writer, by the way. If you follow your social media or any group that you're involved with, look what this woman is doing or what this woman is doing will amaze you, kind of a thing. You're like, oh, I totally got to click on that, you know. Were you at all surprised at some of the things that unfolded before your camera, or cameras for that matter?
I was. I mean, I had an expectation that we were going to see some amazing things, not in the way that I did. I mean, there was a village that we went to, literally every person that got prayer was healed. So that means dozens of blind eyes were seeing, deaf ears hearing. God showed up. It was amazing.
He always shows up
and
to the right
I
parties.
had put him in a box, really, because sometimes you think, oh, he's not going to do, because we don't see that. It's not common here. And so, but to see the hunger and the freedom that people were experiencing was absolutely amazing. And then to also be a photographer for this organization and to capture that was such a privilege. It was amazing to see that with my own eyes, and to see that, and also just the excitement of and it was the good, the bad, the good of what God was doing, but also to see the lack of water and the desperation that was there. It's humbling, and it also revealed a lot about my own selfishness, you know. And God, it was so
That's right.
It was so good, especially with water, because it was like 1,000,000 degrees there at the time, and they would give you these big water bottles, and they would say, "This is your water." And you're sweating, but there'd be little kids that would come up to you and they're like, water, water, water.
Well, the women.
And you did, right?
Yeah, you poured the water in there, but yet you'd feel like, I need this.
Yeah, well.
But I was greedy.
Don't listen, you didn't say that. But the women of the villages, and being part of a group, the Rotary Club, they've gone over and done that. They've established some wells in areas like that.
Yes.
But the women, that's their job primarily, is to walk to these horrific
Yes.
watering holes
Yes.
and gather whatever they need for their family and bring it back.
Yeah.
And any way to close that gap and help these people, it's,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and I understand that you guys were having some of the same successes with light. I mean, people, it's amazing what happens when you have light.
It's amazing. And I think I hadn't actually realized the importance of light until I got there, and the desperation. There were times when we'd be giving out these lights and people
What's
were
love? I love that.
literally trying to tear down the walls
Oh, yeah.
to get to them. Because it's more than just light, it's income. We would actually teach how to invest their money by a light, because a lot of some people there have cell phones, but there's no electricity.
Sure.
So you can actually charge a cell phone through a USB port, and so they would make income, and the income that they would make, they'd buy a chicken, then they could sell the eggs, and then they could buy a goat, and it would actually help them get out of poverty. And as they began to realize this, there was a desperation for these lights, and also we would give them an audio Bible that would connect to the USB port on the lights, and they could listen to the word, because
In their language?
in their own
Okay,
language,
that's awesome.
because a lot of them don't have the education to read or anything
Right,
like that.
right.
So they would actually be able to hear the word of God for the first time through these lights. And if you think about even light as a form of safety, you know, a lot of people would put them outside. You know, rape happens a lot in the dark, so it actually lower the rape
rate and such.
and the
Awesome.
crime rate and everything like that. So it was just amazing. We were giving physical light, but also spiritually as well. You know, you're actually providing for them, because it's hard in a short-term mission trip you think, how much of a difference am I really making? But you're actually providing them with something that's going to better their life financially and everything like that, but you're also giving them the word and the love of God. So
And
you're
that
giving
feeling
light
in their
and
heart.
love. It's amazing.
Look at those people in participation. It's like, oh my goodness,
I have a
they
funny
can't.
story about all those kids.
What's the story?
So a week before going on the trip, I wake up, and right before I open my eyes, I hear what sounds to be like hundreds of little children, and they're talking, and it's so loud. And
That
it
was your
goes on.
bedside then?
I was at home, and I hear this, and it lasted for like 20 seconds, and when I opened my eyes, it stopped. I thought that was the most bizarre thing I've ever experienced. I was like, I don't even know what to call that. It's not like a vision. I didn't see anything. And so when I was in Mozambique, fast forward, they asked if I wanted to feed the orphans at the Iris base. And so when I walked into this room where there's hundreds of these children, and it was the exact same thing that I had heard. And I recorded it, on my phone. And the recording was actually the very same thing that I heard. It was like 17 seconds long. But God spoke to my heart in that moment, and all these kids are like piling on your lap, and they're just like wanting you just to love them. And God spoke to my heart, and He's like, I hear your prayers, because it was so spontaneous of a trip. I was really unsure if this was the right move, if God was hearing me, if it was right, because it was dangerous, And I just felt God speak to my heart, and He says, I hear you, I see you, I know where you're going. And it moves my heart that you would be a representation of the Father's love to these orphans, because He cares about them so deeply. So as like all these kids are piling on my lap, I was getting overwhelmed with the Father's love for myself at that moment. And so that was probably one of my biggest highlights for the trip.
But it's an absolute pleasure. I know people are going to want to follow not only Journeys of the Past, but Journeys of Your Future. How do they link up with you?
Well, they can follow me on Facebook, Jared Gravatt at Facebook.
Okay.
And also I'm part of an organization called Exhale, and it's a community around here where all these different denominations and people within the body are coming together and just really getting equipped and going out and just encountering God through different forms of worship. So there's a page on Facebook called Exhale as well that they can check out. So, yeah.
And Watts of Love.
And Watts of Love. It's wattsoflove.org.
Okay.
If they want to donate to provide a light for a family, they can donate through there. And just to really hear their story, it's absolutely inspiring, the work that they're doing. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
In Mozambique, when we gave the lights to the widows, they would just sing and dance for hours and just celebrating. And you're thinking, wow, this is just absolutely incredible to watch this to take place, And so to see someone who would take something like a Bible, something that we really take for granted here in the States, and give it
means so much.
And it means so much to them.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much, and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here.
Awesome. All right. And we'll be right back.
A lot of excitement about today. It's our 70th anniversary. In 1946 we started. Just want to say a few thank yous. My mother, she's been here all 70 years. My family, all the employees and staff of Southside Lumber. 25% of our staff has been here over 15 years. We're able to service a much broader range. We've added about 50,000 square foot to our facility. We'll be able to show people and showcase a larger selection.
Like us on Facebook and follow us for the next 70 years.
The word team is what we strive for to take care of you as our patient. T stands for technology. E stands for efficiency. A stands for affordable. M stands for medical. Allow us to be your medical home. At CRHPC, we have over 13 sites to serve you. Find us on crhpc.org.
Confidence, trust.
It's not just an account, it's a relationship.
It's not just the loan, it's adding value.
When I said we're passionate about the people we serve in our trust department, gosh, I mean it.
Customers always come first.
At the Bank of Heron, it's not just a loan, it's a relationship.
If we're going to be different than our competitors, it has to be that relationship, that friendship, that trust.
It is not just a bank, it's a relationship.
Yeah, I think it's building the relationship.
You're watching The Spiel.
Okay, this is my segment, and I got it.
First
got
of all,
it, girl.
Thank you everyone that watched today and everyone that was on the show. What a jam-packed show.
Yep. And you know what? They each came to us in their own unique way. So if you find your way here, it will be an experience like none other. you have ever had before.
Just ask the ones that were on the day, reach out to them, and they'll tell you. Wow, it's fun.
It is.
It's
Okay.
fun on the Spiel. Okay.
All right, look, you know, we always look for a clever open and close. You saw what Julie did with the open today. It was an absolute mockery at the beginning, but, you know, we got into it later, and it was perfection.
Mm-hmm.
It was great, and it's going to be a continuation, right?
Yes, continue.
For many weeks to come. Okay, and so the close is my responsibility. So, I have something here. Now, first of all, this is Star Wars bag, and it's my kid's bag. You know how I know he's just like me? One of the straps broke. He's like, that's okay. He just tied it to the other two. He's like, you still carry it, Mom. We don't throw anything away, okay?
He did that.
Yeah, totally.
I love that.
Yeah, it's great. We're resourceful. You know, he's like, it still carries. Look, you just, you know.
I know you paid 99 cents for it, Mom.
Oh, I think it was a freebie. I think you got it free.
Oh, okay.
We got it free somewhere. Okay, so it's my mission to find out who is filled with the most hot air here in this studio, right? So anyway, this person was giving away beach balls, and they said, how many do you need? You know, normally they expect you to say 1, 2, whatever. I said, I need enough for the whole crew, and perhaps people who are, you know, in studio too. So here we go. We're gonna have a little contest. Stacy, Mom, AKA Rita, Ashley, Rob.
What do we get if we win?
You get the bragging rights of being filled with the most hot air. And actually, it's going to be cool because once we blow these up in studio, we're going to have a beach party next time.
Okay.
Okay?
This is awesome.
It
but
is
I
great.
know the secret to this.
I hope you do.
Everybody
See,
get ready.
I've not even tried. I'm not, and I'm a little sore here. I don't know if it'll. And I've only tried to blow up some of them. So if you have a dirty one, don't worry about it. Just keep blowing. It's fine.
Do you know what to do to get it ready?
Okay. I think you spread it out, don't you? Like
You
have it
kinda
already
spread
spread
it
out.
out.
Okay, this is going to be so much
There's something
fun.
you do with the. She's starting.
Hey, see? Yeah, she does. She's elderly. I'm totally teasing. She's not.
Well, then I better kick it in too.
She's not. Okay, so there's
All right.
going to be this is a little contest. Has anybody started yet? Okay. We really need the youth in here, right? With the lung expansion that they have
I think
and all
you
that.
have them right here.
Okay, here we go.
Ready, go.
Go. How did it? Is it blocked? Mine's blocked. We need cameras on you. Mine's got a hole in it. You know, darn the luck. Julie's looking good. Oh, Rob's killing it. Oh my goodness. Stacy's got
Look, there's a way
the
you
healthy
hold
hippie
this.
chef. She's coming in. Mine has a hole. All right, Rob, looking good, looking good.
Look at Matt.
turn the camera. Oh, Roberto and Stacy. Throw it up. Oh, Rob, we got spit on it. Spittle.
You have to bite it.
You have to bite it?
You do, because that little
Woo!
thing, look, the little thing in there, you have to bite that open.
See, you have to bite it. I didn't know about the biting mechanism. Okay, anyway. So, congratulations, Roberto and the Healthy Hippie Chef, filled with the most hot air. You can write in if you would like beach balls. We have plenty.
We have balls?
We have Oh, Matt's is nice. That is
let
ready
me
for
see.
the pool. That one's ready for the pool. Look at that. Filled to the
Matt,
brim,
you
boo.
win.
Matthew, good effort. See, these other two just kind of stopped.
They
You know,
did.
they're like, oh, I got it. It's good, but it's not.
It's not. This
Go
is it.
all the way. That's the other encouraging news from the Spiel today.
I love these balls.
Okay, you love the ball. Stop, Julie. See, there always has to be innuendo.
No, I just love beach balls.
So our word of the day, stop. That is so good,
That's
isn't it?
stupid.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Who knew you had to bite
Oh, I did.
to
You know
open the
what?
valve?
Did
You
never
guys
have
already
a
knew
pool?
that?
Did you ever have a pool
I
for
guess
your
I always
child?
handed it to my mom and dad or something and said, do this. You didn't do it? Maybe the neighbor. I don't know. Somebody
Maybe
did.
the milkman came by.
Okay. Listen, the word of the day, you said you felt like you needed another word for love.
Love. This is what the theme's been of
Love,
the show.
affection. I don't know any of these other words.
both got teary
Fondness. We
a while
did.
ago
It was
during
good.
that segment.
Passion, romance. Okay, now we're going into a whole other word, right? We don't need to go there. Okay, amorous. Amorous or amorousness? Amorous, excuse me.
Didn't she do your hair?
Amorous. Amorous does my hair. She does a great job. Amorous. Amorous. Are we going to do amorous or amorousness?
What's the difference?
Well, it's
full
just
of love. Full of love is ness.
Maybe.
Let's do
I
the
don't
ness.
know.
That gives us more syllables.
Okay.
You say it all, and I'll do ness.
Amorousness. Oh, see, you're on to something now because the ping ponging, it wasn't working so well.
working.
See if you go, look at this breakout. No,
Emmer.
us.
Ness.
amorousness.
I love that.
Yeah, that is great.
Use that this week.
Okay. We'll see you next week.